Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Ibrahim Traoré's era. Today let me shock you with a story that shook Burkina Faso. 70,000 Burkinabè citizens, young and old, men and women, students, teachers, soldiers, traders, even civil servants, dropped their daily activities for 4 consecutive days and took up brooms, shovels, rakes, wheelbarrows and trash bags. Together, they swept their streets, cleared their schools, cleaned their markets, and scrubbed their neighborhoods. They unclogged gutters neglected since colonial times and erased years of filth that corrupt past governments had ignored. This national action was organized by the Ministry of Environment and Sanitation. Though a law against dirty surroundings had existed since 2010, it was never implemented. But under Traoré's leadership, this law is now alive. A task force has been created to fine any household or business that refuses to maintain cleanliness. Burkina Faso is on a mission to become the cleanest countries in Africa. And this, my family, is only the beginning. Trash cans are being planted on every corner. Hundreds of new garbage trucks are already purchased. Thousands of Burkinabè youth are being given uniforms, salaries, and permanent work as street and gutter cleaners, a job once ignored, now honored. Listen carefully. Starting October 1st, a new law will punish anyone caught littering in public. No more flying plastics. No more bottles choking the drains. Burkina Faso is sending a clear warning. Cleanliness is patriotism. The Minister of Environment put it boldly. By 2029, Burkina Faso will not only be known as a land of warriors, but as Africa's cleanest nation. People will travel from across the globe to witness how a once abandoned land became a shining example of order and pride. This is leadership. Traoré has proven that nation building is not only about constructing highways or nationalizing mines, it is about reshaping the minds of the people, teaching them to honor their land, their streets, and their communities. 70,000 citizens working as one, sweeping as one, cleaning as one. This was not simply sanitation. This was a broom revolution. Make no mistake, Burkina Faso has just declared war, not only against terrorism and neo-colonial exploitation, but also against dirt, disorder, and decay. This country is being rebuilt from the ground up, and every citizen is now a soldier in this battle for dignity. In just 4 days, entire cities, towns, and villages were transformed. The air smelled fresher, streets glowed brighter, and gutters once overflowing with waste now carried clean running water. The government called it Operation Clean Your Space. But for the people it became much more. It became proof that when Africans unite with vision and discipline, no goal is impossible. Picture the capital, Ouagadougou. Shops shut for a few hours. Schools handed out brooms and gloves. Even military barracks sent soldiers into the streets. Farmers who came to sell in the markets dropped their baskets and grabbed shovels. A clean city is a free city. It was work, but it was also joy. Drums echoed, songs rose, children laughed while carrying dustpans. Mothers poured water buckets and elders supervised with pride. Strangers became family, united by a single broom. The numbers were staggering. 70,000 hands touched every corner of the land. In Bobo-Dioulasso, main roads sparkled and new bins were distributed. In Kaya and Ouagadougou, locals worked day and night, lighting bonfires to keep cleaning after dark. Villages that had never seen organized cleanup drives suddenly looked reborn. But the true victory was not just clean streets, it was a clean mindset. For too long Africans were told that beauty, discipline, and order only belonged to the West, that African cities could never shine. But Traoré has destroyed that lie. He told his people, cleanliness is dignity, dignity is sovereignty, and sovereignty is freedom. And the people heard him. After 4 days of cleaning, Burkinabè began saying something powerful. If we can clean our country in 4 days, we can build it in 4 years. Already youth groups have created neighborhood committees to monitor cleanliness. Churches and mosques pledge weekly cleaning drives. Traders and markets agreed to contribute small fees for permanent cleaners. With the new trash bins and trucks, the government is giving real support to people's efforts. The new law taking effect on October 1st excites the people. Littering will no longer go unpunished. For the first time, environmental discipline has real teeth. And the people welcome it, not as oppression, but as empowerment. Think of this transformation. Burkina Faso, once mocked as one of the dirtiest nations in West Africa, is now on course to be the cleanest in Africa by 2029. Imagine tourists landing at Ouagadougou airport, and finding spotless roads, gardens, and fresh air. Imagine a generation of children growing up without ever seeing trash-filled gutters. Imagine Africans knowing that dignity belongs to us too. This was more than cleaning. It was revolution. And 70,000 Burkinabè with brooms sent a message to the world. We may not have wealth, but we have will. We may have been colonized, but we refuse to stay dirty. We are rising, shovel in hand, broom in hand, with pride in our souls. So the next time anyone dares say Africans cannot organize, cannot discipline themselves, cannot change, tell them to look at Burkina Faso. Tell them to look at 70,000 people who in 4 days turned their nation into a symbol of unity, dignity, and pride. This is only the beginning. Africans are watching. And once again Burkina Faso is leading. Because what made this powerful is that it wasn't foreign donors or politicians cleaning. It wasn't imported contractors. It was the people themselves. Ordinary Burkinabè. Market women, school children, elders, soldiers, all working side by side. And in that unity something shifted. The broom became more than a broom. The shovel became more than a shovel. They became symbols of defiance against the old lie that Africans cannot manage their destiny. Picture it. An old grandmother in Bobo-Dioulasso, bent with age but sweeping with one hand. A 10-year-old boy in Ouagadougou carrying a dustpan bigger than himself. A soldier in Kaya, rifle slung across his back, shoveling dirt with schoolgirls at his side. These are not just moments, they are history. And this is why Traoré's leadership stands apart. He listens. This program began with suggestions from ordinary citizens. Instead of ignoring them like past regimes, he made their voices law, gave them resources, and backed them with government power. That is why the people trust him. The Minister of Environment has promised that by 2029, no littered streets, no stinking drains, no chaotic landfills will remain. The strategy is in place. Permanent cleaners, garbage trucks, awareness campaigns, and real penalties for offenders. But what will truly make it succeed is the spirit of the Burkinabè people. This spirit is spreading. In Ghana, students are planning Clean Ghana Days. In Nigeria, activists are asking, if Burkina Faso can do it, why can't we? Even youth in South Africa are praising Burkina Faso's example. Do you see, family? This is bigger than sanitation. It is the start of a cultural revolution across Africa, and enemies of Africa are watching with fear. Because if people can unite to clean their land, they can unite to defend their land. If they can discipline themselves to sweep their streets, they can discipline themselves to protect their sovereignty. Burkina Faso has declared, we will clean our land of trash, and also of corruption, of terrorism, of foreign exploitation. This is why these 4 days will be remembered. It was not just cleaning, it was a declaration that Burkina Faso is ready to rise. Because when you walk on a clean street, you walk with pride. When you drink clean water, you live with dignity. When you see order around you, you believe in possibility. This is the psychological revolution Traoré has sparked, and it tells the world, while others spend billions on imported sanitation experts, Burkina Faso has shown that unity, discipline, and spirit are stronger than money. With their own hands, their own tools, their own will, the people achieved what the world thought impossible. Traoré has once again proven himself not just as a leader, but as a symbol of rebirth. And the Burkinabè people have proven that they are not just followers, but the builders of their own destiny. By 2029, Burkina Faso will not only be Africa's cleanest country, it will stand as proof that unity can transform a nation. This is the new revolution. This is the new Africa. And it began with something as simple as a broom.